From the incredible high of winning the Premier League in 2016 to the devastating low of relegation in 2023, the fall of Leicester City has been a brutal one, and we'll be delving into the reasons behind it, starting with their recruitment. Back when Leicester shocked the world by winning the Premier League, a lot of their success was credited to their excellent recruitment, with them signing the likes of Kante, Morris and Vardy for a combined fee of around £10 million. The mastermind behind these signings was the scout Steve Walsh, and when he left for Everton in 2016, there were fears Leicester's recruitment would suffer. To their credit though, they continued to make smart signings for the next few years, selling some of these signings for massive profits such as Harry Maguire, and eventually building a squad that was able to win Leicester's first ever FA Cup in 2021. However, things took a turn for the worse after this cup win, with the 2021 summer window proving to be an absolute disaster. The club splashed £60 million on Patson Daka, Boubakary Samer, Yannick Vestergaard and Ryan Bertrand, and not one of these players has had the impact anticipated from them. Although Leicester managed to secure an 8th place finish of the league after that window, it marks a decline from their previous 5th place finishes. The real catastrophe, however, came in the summer of 2022, when Leicester stumbled through another abysmal transfer window. They only signed 2 players, Wout Faes on the final day of the window, who ended up flopping, and a third choice backup keeper Alex Smithies, who didn't play a single minute all season. It was clear that Leicester needed so much more than this, especially after letting go of likes of Kasper Schmeichel and Messi Fofana, and Leicester not recruited as much as they maybe would have liked to, ties into the next reason behind their downfall, and that's their financial problems. Leicester City is owned by King Power, a duty-free company that operates in the travel retail industry, which of course faced a significant blow during the pandemic. As airports closed and travel declined, King Power's revenue plummeted as a result, with their turnover decreasing by a staggering 294% from 2019 to 2020. The club itself also suffered from the pandemic's repercussions, with football matches being played behind closed doors for a large part of 2020. This resulted in a sharp decline in Leicester's matchday revenue, as they were unable to generate income from ticket sales and other matchday activities. When you pair this up with Leicester's heavy spending in the past, including the construction of a £100 million training ground and a pretty high wage bill, it's not a surprise that the club has started to report losses. In fact, just a few months ago, Leicester City reported record losses for the last financial year of £92.5 million, which isn't healthy at all. These financial difficulties are just one of many factors that led to Leicester's relegation, with another being the issues within the squad. One of the key issues in this Leicester squad is the lack of quality in the goalkeeper department. After an incredible 11 years of faithful service and unprecedented success, Leicester said goodbye to club legend Kasper Schmeichel in 2022. Instead of signing a replacement, the club placed the goalkeeping burden on their inexperienced backup keeper Danny Ward, a fatal error. At that point, Ward had only played 1 Premier League game for Leicester in the 4 years he was there, so making him the number 1 was a big risk that didn't pay off. Ward ended up being statistically one of the worst shot stoppers in the league, and also lacked the commanding presence needed in the box. With a change in goal becoming glaringly apparent, Leicester benched Ward in favour of Iverson, but even he couldn't provide a significant improvement. Schmeichel's departure not only impacted the goalkeeping quality, but also resulted in the loss of the team's trusted vice-captain and eventual captain, creating a void of leadership within the team. Without a seasoned leader on the pitch to inspire and demand high standards, the team's fighting spirit and hunger for victory seemed to diminish, contributing to the squad's poor defensive records. Leicester ended up regressing defensively despite signing Wout Faes and then Harry Souttar and Victor Christensen in January, conceding 68 goals in 38 Premier League matches, which was one of the highest totals in the league. Leicester's troubles at the back are also down to another one of the reasons behind their decline, and that's the manager. Whilst Brendan Rodgers had a few successful seasons with Leicester in the past, things took a turn for the worse in the season just gone by. His team's vulnerability during set pieces persisted, even if it wasn't as severe as the previous season's 20 goals conceded from them. Rodgers also controversially throws out Carlos Soyuncu, who just a few years ago was regarded as one of the Premier League's best centre-backs, and if he had played, he may have helped address the defensive issues. The team's performances all over the pitch also fell far below their previous standards, and it became painfully clear that if Leicester wanted to survive, then they had to replace Rodgers, with the fans of the club calling out for him to be sacked. Leicester showed too much loyalty though and hesitated to pull the trigger due to Rodgers' past accomplishments, and the consequence of this delay is that successor Dean Smith was thrown into the deep end. With only 8 games remaining to salvage Leicester's season, Smith faced an uphill battle that ultimately proved insurmountable. At the start of the season, no one could have predicted it would end in tears for Leicester, but when you combine the 4 main reasons I've mentioned, you can understand why their fall from grace happened.